Many dentists and dental assistants volunteer to provide services for refugees in Jordan. Wufeng Lien family mansion and garden destroyed by 9/21 earthquake has been restored and reopened to visitors. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Margaret Lin. Thank you for joining us. On the second day of Tzu Chi's free medical outreach in Jordan, the medical attention was focused on the departments of dentistry. Since it is expensive to see the dentist in Jordan, the refugees seized the chance to visit the free clinic.
Now we are heading to Banten Province's Sutra, where many refugee households live there. We are going there to pick them up.
Come on. Benga. Yeah, welcome.
علي عمري 11 ذراع طويل بالأسنان. كم مرة رحت عليه؟ ثاني مرة. هو وين ومرة ثانية؟ هاي مرة ثانية.
مرة ثانية خايف.
We are now downstairs at the Quran and Hadith Science Center. We can see the passengers are getting off the bus one after another. They are Huweja villagers from the Syrian refugee camp. We especially sent a shuttle bus to pick them up here to see the dentist.
The residual root of his primary tooth looks black, and the permanent tooth has grown in place. We can simply remove the residual root of his primary tooth.
At Tzu Chi's free clinic in Jordan, a Syrian refugee woman volunteered to prepare breakfast for the refugee children and for the people who came to help at the event. The volunteers feel very happy to see her turning from a receiver to a giver. We are here in Banten Province of Jordan. It's still an hour and 20 minutes drive to get to Amman, the capital of Jordan. This building behind me is called Quran and Hadith Science Center. Besides providing learning programs for Syrian refugee school children, the center is also a charity organization. Today, our free clinic is held on the second floor. In addition, we also brought school bags and school supplies, hoping to provide better learning conditions for Syrian children. Tzu Chi volunteers have prepared school supplies for 145 students. They feel very happy when receiving the gift.
I am very happy today because you brought so many gifts to us. This allows us to have a better learning conditions at school.
In 2017, Tzu Chi began to provide breakfast for the children in the center every day. But on this day, in addition to Tzu Chi, a Syrian woman also prepared breakfast that she has made from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. the next day.
هذا من أطفال سوريا. شكر.
Syrian children and I are very grateful to Chi. I am making handmade soap now to save some money. I will use the money I have earned to buy food ingredients for breakfast. Besides providing breakfast for the children to eat, I can also pay love back to Chi.
This woman is taking action to reciprocate Tzu Chi's love, moving the volunteers who have been accompanying her for a long time.
She says she will provide breakfast as well as provide Tzu Chi volunteers with snacks. This is a good affinity. I feel very happy that she is able to turn from a receiver to a giver, helping her fellow countrymen.
With the companionship of volunteers, love has transcended ethnicity and crossed borders, spreading the cycle of love and goodness. Indonesian Tzu Chi volunteers held a free clinic in a local temple in Banten Province. As the health center is far away from their community, it is difficult for the villagers, especially for the elderly, to seek medical treatment. Thanks to Tzu Chi's free medical services, the patients could finally be treated.
Knowing Chi is going to hold a free clinic in a local temple of the village, Amali, who is more than 70 years old, came to queue up early in the morning with a cane. Her right big toe was amputated because of diabetes. She is worried that she may also lose her left big toe.
I feel very painful all over my body. I feel my veins are being pulled, especially my legs.
This 3-year-old little girl had a toothache 1 year ago. On this day, a doctor finally visited the village to treat her.
I'm very happy because there is a free medical service to treat her toothache.
Residents here live difficult lives and they are mainly farmers. Most of the elderly people suffer from chronic diseases, while the children skin diseases.
They are lack of health knowledge, and the work environment often makes them suffer from back pain.
There are 50 volunteers and 41 doctors who provide dentistry and general medicine services, treating 900 patients a day.
The health center is far away and the registration process is quite complicated. If the patients come here, they can be treated directly.
The weather changes quickly, causing many people to fall ill because most of them are in poor health conditions. Thanks to Tzu Chi volunteers for holding free clinic in the past few years.
The medical team helps alleviate pain for the patients and forms a good affinity with each other.
Indonesia team Dr. Uni saw the needs of the residents in Papua, so she decided to come to this remote area to serve the people in need. After she came into contact with Tzu Chi, she always goes along with the volunteers to provide free medical services. Papua, Indonesia's remote island, have few medical resources, yet dentist Uni sees to the residents' needs.
I don't know why I have fallen in love with Papua. When I went back to Makassar, I felt I was summoned by someone to return to Papua to serve, because my heart went out to them.
Uni has given up the opportunity to work in the big city and chosen to come to serve in Manokwari, Papua. After coming into contact with Tzu Chi, she has also visited some remote areas to care for the people in need. Her smile and enthusiasm have inspired compassion and goodness here.
We hope she can inspire her friends. She gets along well with everyone and has many friends. This way, we can form a good affinity with more people here in Manokwari.
Uni's children also help out at the free clinic. Through the process of giving, they have learned how to be a volunteer.
They can see from the free clinic that there are many impoverished people who need help. They will also cherish everything they have.
Uni does not forget her initial aspiration to serve the patients who are in desperate need of help. Her perseverance in her medical mission makes her life more meaningful. In Taiwan, the 9/21 earthquake severely destroyed the Wufeng Lien family mansion and garden in Taichung. The government and the local people worked together to complete the restoration, and the residence finally reopened to visitors again.
The basswood carving on top has the meaning of good fortune.
When he opened the door of this main hall, he can see the bat, meaning good fortune.
Open the window and support it with wood. The atmosphere is very ancient. The national designated historical site, Wufeng Lien Family Mansion and Garden, is the only remaining official residence in the Qing dynasty in Taiwan.
The wooden carving and painted pillars are very beautiful. This is the difference between the rich family and ordinary family.
The design of the stage in the Great Flower Hall is very exquisite. There are water jars below the stage, enhancing the sound quality of the performances.
In addition to being used for banquets, various military meetings and some political negotiations were also held in this place.
The Lien family residence was nearly devastated by the 9/21 earthquake 20 years ago. The complex was reconstructed after extensive restoration.
Those damages in 9/21 earthquake have been restored. The complex is still beautiful.
Professional methods were used to restore the original appearance of Lien family residence to 160 years ago.
来到这边不是在看书，你可以
This is not like the pictures in the books. You can actually feel the life and the thoughts of the people in the past.
Cultural reconstruction is an important issue after the 9/21 earthquake. Through the reconstruction of the ancient monuments such as Wufeng Lien family mansion and garden, the precious historical memories can be preserved and passed on.
To help prepare for the water repentance Sutra adaptation in February of next year, 19 Tzu Chi volunteers from Taiwan went to the Philippines to help the onstage volunteers rehearse and also pass on some experiences to local volunteers for later rehearsals.
Tzu Chi volunteers from Taiwan head to the Philippines to help the chapter put on the Water Repentance Sutra adaptation performance.
The difficulty here is the language barrier. Then there is their knowledge of Buddhist teachings. And also they don't know the lyrics, yes. So many points are still in development. But everyone is able to quickly understand what I'm asking.
Some of the volunteers are older, and of course we don't have enough people yet. So it's harder to practice within the time constraints, but I can see everyone is very confident.
Through explaining the sutra verses one by one, the students can gain a further understanding.
Do good deeds, think good thoughts, and say good words. Kasi bilang estudyante, pwede mo yun ma-apply sa school.
Dahil mismo sa aking sarili po, ayun ko po ina-apply.
I could relate it to what I have learned. I apply the lessons in interacting with my family and friends. I want goodness to be the end result from that interaction.
Kung kakalabasan po yun ay kabutihan po.
No matter if they are Catholic, Christian, or Buddhist, through learning about the Water Repentance Sutra, they will understand it's about teaching a person's moral values. Slowly, everyone will comprehend it, and their lives will change. I believe each and every one of them will then be able to perform with the utmost solemnity.
Love helps break down religious barriers, as Dharma wisdom is applied to one's life.
After a serious flooding occurred in Malaysia in 2014, Tzu Chi not only built simple housing for affected residents, but also built simple classrooms for kindergartens. After 5 years, the kindergarten was relocated, and the women in the village needed an activity center. Therefore, Tzu Chi took down these two simple houses and gave them to use.
The Malaysian version of We Are Family is sung, touching everyone's heart. This is Pemberian village in Kelantan, Malaysia. Tzu Chi volunteers are participating in the opening of an activity center with villagers.
Giving this prefabricated house and turning it into an activity center can benefit the public, around 50 to 60 people. The local villagers need support and some funds. If we build this, we can save some money.
Rebuilding the house according to Rahana will mean to remodel the prefabricated kindergarten built by Tzu Chi to the Women's Association Activity Center. At the end of 2014, in Kelantan, Malaysia, suffered serious flooding affecting some 2,600 houses. Tzu Chi volunteers went to help providing prefab housing. After 5 years, volunteers have continued to interact with this community, developing many friendships.
Berbesar hati dengan Persatuan Suci kerana
I'm very happy that Tzu Chi volunteers have come today. I'm very pleased that Tzu Chi shares with everyone and can help a lot of poor people. I proposed to my partners that each of us saves $1 a month so that we can save people. I hope that Tzu Chi can spur the recycling of resources in the village.
Suci membantu insan kesusahan, tak kira susah payah perjalanan, kau tempuh dengan.
Saying this song touches everyone's heart as they all feel blessed.
Suci mengajar kami arti berdikari.
Tzu Chi told us to be independent and strong and to help those in need. They have inspired us to write this song to thank Tzu Chi.
During this important day for villagers, everyone comes together to share blessings and their good fortune.
After 3 years of preparation, a new recycling station in Malaysia, Selangor, was officially opened. Volunteers invited local government officials to gather with the people to witness the events.
In Malaysia, Selangor, the Tanjung Sepat recycling station volunteers have been working tirelessly at recycling for 20 years.
From the beginning, there was no recycling station, and we just collect by the sea and do the sorting.
I have heard that Master Zhen Yan is asking us to save the earth.
We can also educate the next generation about not throwing things away and what we can recycle.
We can continue doing this. I said as if the Master or Buddhas wanted me to do this work. Just give me some freedom and the ability to walk, to move. I will do this till the end.
After 3 years of preparation, the Tanjung Sepat recycling station was opened with blessings from the public.
At the beginning, our biggest problem was lack of money. Later, we found some bodhisattvas willing to help us. They donated equipment and we gradually began preparing.
The Selangor state government has been promoting environmental measures and at the opening, turned up to support the efforts.
It's a good activity and
the state government supports this type of activity, and we gave the free land as we hope this recycling station can operate, and Malays, Chinese, and Indians can all join.
From Malay, the Indians to support.
We see the government has done many things and have given us the encouragement to do recycling. If we can't do it ourselves, the government will help. We need the people and the community to help this Tzu Chi recycling station.
From the beginning, this recycling station has also been committed to education and promoting these concepts amongst the community.
To welcome the age of artificial intelligence and meet the needs of increased AI usages, the Ministry of Education has begun promoting AI learning in schools, from elementary to college students, with Taipei's Yongchun High School being one of the first to offer a full course on artificial intelligence programming. Here's more.
凯比同学，一起问。这是什么？我瞧瞧。小铅笔机。Pencil sharpener. Pencil sharpener. Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I am late. It's okay. Sit down, please.
KB Robot can also be an English tutor and conduct one-on-one conversational English with the children.
Sometimes the children's tone or voice isn't that clear. The robots won't let you pass. You have to speak the words very clearly in order for it to pass.
凯比同学，我要打电话。园长好。哇，各位小朋友午安。爱修车车去郊游，棉花糕它在跳动，蛋糕飞船好蓬松，世界变得好辽阔。
With its many sensors, KB Robot can decipher a person's face or items and where sound is coming from. The screen also gives him plenty of facial expressions to use, and with its dancing and storytelling mode, this robot exposes the children to AI robots early on.
好，我是瓦丽，很高兴认识大家。我的职业是居家机器人。
To nurture more talents in the AI field, the Ministry of Education has introduced AI learning courses for students, with Taipei's Yongchun High School the first to have AI technical courses.
AI 的这个科技产业下，它未来能从事。
We talk about the current and the future AI technology sector and gear our class work toward that. We have hands-on learning in building AI robots or using artificial intelligence to write programs. This helps to get them thinking on how to use AI in different ways.
这个接地，所以它是电是从负六那边过来，负六。
Through the AI course, the students not only strengthen their logical thinking skills and AI concepts, but can also establish their own learning process.
我们有试了很多种的感测器，像是什么
We experimented with many types of sensors, like humidity, earthquakes, and alarm systems, like door switches that use a magnetic type.
The concept I learned is that everything can be broken down into an input processed by an algorithm and then output. The output would then be sensors. What it does after receiving a command, the algorithm program analyzes, and that analyzing is the artificial intelligence.
With the rise in artificial intelligence in the workplace, job seekers must equip themselves with the right tools to increase their marketability. Taiwan's AI Academy estimates there are about 100,000 or more AI-related job openings out there, and workers must strengthen their robotic learning, programming skills, mathematical statistics in order to be a better resource to companies.
台塑公司他们利用
Formosa Plastic Corporation, in their oil refinery, needs to have very specific, precise numbers for some things. Like temperature, for instance. If the temperature is not controlled right, the product output quality could be compromised. And since they have begun to use artificial intelligence for this, they have saved 2 billion each year.
它有一个 skill 啊，对，它那个要怎么运用啊？
所以如果你可以先把它。
AU Optronics Corporation has also sent over 100 of their employees to learn about how AI can increase their productivity and assembly line.
Before, we might have collected some data that I didn't know how to use. Through the AI course, I have the skills to take data from the assembly line and improve on it, or predict certain outcome with it.
The AI Academy has branches all over the island, and each year it can nurture 7,500 talents, including AI engineers and mid to high-level executives with AI perspectives.
We hope they have the ability to look for problems, to solve problems, and having the right perspective in mind. This way, they can help their respective companies build the foundation they need.
Currently, Taiwan's industries are incorporating more artificial intelligence into their companies, but there are not enough talents to fill these AI-related jobs. Thus, it is hoped with increased artificial intelligence education, those jobs can be filled with ease.
2 kindergartens in Malaysia joined hands to hold a parent-child sports event, providing a chance for the children and their family to interact with one another. We will leave you with these images. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.